Alex. He's the co-producer and the operator of the movie. And after watching the movie, we're gonna have a Q&A, so you would be able to directly ask anything you want regarding the movie to Alex. Also, I would like to use right now the opportunity to say a huge thank you to Sofia, also another representative of the Ukrainian Society, and for helping to organize the event, and as well Keys Law Society, particularly Sami for helping us with the logistics.
FPV, мужики, FPV! О, полетел! Блин!
Давай сюда!
Прилетай.
Я охуенно, куда ты с пацанами?
Я вперед.
Выйти я.
Пара.
Морти, братан!
Пара.
Морти туда! Морти! Давай, братан, давай! Живи! Выйди тут! Морти, брат! Кровь стекает!
Пара, Морти пусть.
Нет, что с ним? Вместе! Надо было успеть.
Все, бежи.
Ну, блядь! Давай быстрее! Що в нього, братан?
Руки, ноги. Стас, машина не їде, блядь. Машина не їде, блядь. Зажимай, блядь, як можеш. Права рука точно перебита.
А це право.
FTV! Пошел. Давай, спускайся. Защищай.
Давай, заходь. У мене. Добре.
Чисто. Чисто. Что? Там чисто.
Є тут? Що ми туди гапешки? Братан, падай, падай, падай! На ту сторону.
Thank you all for watching the movie. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Alex. Any of you can ask anything you want regarding the movie, beyond the movie. Alex, please.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm happy to answer.
I'm sure we all have our impressions, I certainly do, but what would be the key message that you would like us to take away from the film?
Like, as documentary filmmakers, we're not really bringing the message. For us, it's important to bring the reality that we witnessed and to show it. Like I'm watching this movie for a lot of times now, and for us it was important to show the price of the land, especially now when so many talks about negotiations that Ukraine should give up their own land, and we wanted to show like, what's the price of it and what's the price of paying soldiers that are defending their homes, that are defending their families. And this is where like key points that we wanted to show by this footage. Yes, please.
So I thought it was very moving, both to see the live death, but also when it was said, oh, these soldiers, they all pass away in this future battle. In this regard, is there any update with Fede? I think we got a couple of other updates, but sort of his current or known loss.
Thanks for the question. Fede is fine. He's now became the deputy commander of battalion. So he was serving in the infantry for another, I think, up to 1 year, and then he became for the first company commander, and now he became deputy commander of battalion. So he continued his work, and for a lot of time he was defending Kharkiv region, which is home for me and for the director of the movie, and now he's back to the Donetsk region where we first met. But he's totally fine. I'm still in touch with him. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have two questions also about freedom. He believes that Andriivka could be rebuilt. I was just wondering if this is a common disposition among the troops. And then my second question is that when we first met him, he makes a comment about how he wanted to fight but not serve. I was wondering if you could expand or what he meant by that.
Yes, sure. Thank you. I would start from the second one. He means that in usual army, people come to serve for their country. But in the army, in the time of war, you actually come not to serve, you actually come to fight. Maybe some come to serve too, but for Fetya, he wasn't planning to be a soldier, never before. It wasn't his goal, and he went to fight just because Russia made the full-scale invasion in 2022. And could you repeat once more?
Yeah, he said that he believes that Andriivka could be rebuilt.
Yes.
I just want to say that's like a common disposition among the troops.
I think it's really depended on the time. Like it was in September 2023 when he said that, and in that time, like Ukraine had a really successful counteroffensive in 2022 when Kherson was liberated in south, Kharkiv region was liberated, and they're still under Ukrainian control. And for 2023 counteroffensive, everyone was also positive. But now it's became much harder, and soldiers also feel it, and I would not say that there is now such optimism, and also it's hard for Ukraine. Like in the last month there are counteroffensive in Dnipro region, but mostly last year and a half Ukraine was constantly defended. So there wasn't really a chance to think about liberation and rebuilding. And also with the drones, it really changed. Russia could not control the territories, but Russia could totally destroy them because of the drones that, like, now it's common that 20-30 kilometers on from the front line, it's still a kill zone because of the drones that are slowly but constantly just destroying everything. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex, for the great job that you've been doing for so many years, to you and your team. I think as a journalist, as a documentalist, you probably face lots of mind-blowing stories of people, how their life changed due to the full-scale invasion, and before Donetsk as well. I think I just wonder, it would be a question to your whole team, but since you're here, don't you? How did you decide to focus on this Andriivka story? Why that? Probably you face lots of the stories, lots of the places that you want to depict and you want to show to the other countries. Why that? What impressed you the most about this one?
Thanks for the question. Firstly, the story was done by me and Mstislav as the part of Associated Press assignment. So we were covering this for just for Associated Press, and there was material about liberation of Andriivka just after that in September of 2023. And in that time, the counteroffensive was failing. A lot of journalists were trying to cover that, but the access was really hard because both the danger and the Ukrainian army didn't really want it to show that they are not really having that success that everyone expected. And the third assault was different. I knew them and covered since start of the summer. So when we are shooting this, I knew them pretty close already for 3 months, and access like that, it's really hard to get. I could count people on one hand that were able to go somewhere with infantry, and it's important for soldiers to trust in this case. That's why it helped that I already covered for months their story, because they were gaining the land and liberating a lot of land near Bakhmut for the whole summer, but Andriivka was the first village that we were able to liberate, and also they knew who is Mstislav because 20 days in Mariupol was already out. They knew that he was in Mariupol and managed to get back, and also he covered the Russian-Ukrainian war since 2014 and 5 other wars. That's why they understood that we are able to be in combat and not to make more problems that soldiers already have. And for us, we also saw their work, and we trusted them. We met Fede before, and when I got information that we would meet Fede there, I was pretty calm about what would gonna how it gonna go, because I felt like that I could trust this guy, and basically in the war it's the only feeling that like you could really follow, because if you don't trust people, like it would be really hard to be in such circumstances with them. So.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Are you feeling when you see? Maybe somebody asked you when you see life. People go to the cafe, restaurant, movie on the west of Ukraine and abroad, and when you see all this death on the front line, and so what do soldiers think about life, like festive life?
Like for most of the soldiers, and like me personally, think that it's totally okay that people are having normal life, because this is what the soldiers are fighting for, that their families, the rest of Ukraine, were able to live normal life. But in the same time, it's important that like people that have possibility to live normal life, they need to help the soldiers and help this to finish this war as fast as possible, because soldiers sacrificed all their time, a lot of their health, sometimes their lives, and mentally it's super hard to, like almost anyone of soldiers lost someone of his friends, and that's why like their sacrifice is much bigger than of any of civilians. No doubt how much they're doing, like soldiers are still doing much more, because they're losing just people around them. It's much more harder. So like most of the soldiers think that like it's totally okay, just be thankful that you have this possibility, and don't forget about the people who are on the front line.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna be ending it now.
Yeah, the last thing, the cat is fine. The cat traveled for more than 1,000 kilometers, and now is living near Carpathian Mountains in the family of my friend. It's like it became really big, and like we brought her to one of the premieres in Lviv, and like I saw that she's really fine, and I hope that she doesn't have any PTSD. Special of the infantry, and because brigade recorded their battles, we were able to show it from the first point of view, and also we were being there, and for us was important not to tell the story from the historical point, and just because history would be written without us, but we had the possibility to really feel how it is there, and we wanted to share it with the world. So I think this is the main idea why we followed the narrative this way, and also for us was important to show like all the soldiers that you see in the movie, they are all volunteers. And most of them, for under 25, they came to the war by their own will. Ukraine doesn't recruit people under 25, it's only their own will. That's why for us it was important to show, to give them a chance to speak, and to show like what kind of people they are and what they are talking about in such circumstances.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Andriivka, and I was very standing by your work. Thank you so much for doing such an interesting piece of work. I would like to ask one thing, because your work was such amazing people, this great man. I would like to know what is the main thing you learned from them, maybe a piece of advice that you tell yourself every day by watching them, by working with them, and knowing heroic things like that.
question. It's a really good one. Like, I would say that I learned that it's mainly they do brave things, but they are not brave people. Meaning like that each person could be brave if it does brave things, and like I saw that they're nervous during the combat zone, during being in the combat zone, and it's just the way how you handle fears, and that's like after being there, I'm mostly like I'm still covering the war in Ukraine, and I'm based in Ukraine, and I mostly just try to focus on the things that I could control, and all other things that I can't control, it's like just I don't know how it would happen. That's why there is no it doesn't make sense to feel fear about this, because you can't change it in any case. And I think that for soldiers it's a lot about this, that they have tasks that they need to do, and they're trying to make it as safe as possible and to do as effective as possible. But especially for the infantry, you don't control so many things. Like you can't control artillery that is incoming, you can't control Russian jets, you really don't control a lot, but with what you could, it's your mental, it's your brain, and you need to be cold when you're making decisions to keep the small amount of chances that you have, and doesn't make them lower than they already are.